All right, good morning, everybody. I'm Lisa Treadwell. If you don't know where you are, this is the Indy Senior Living Series. We have it every second Thursday of the month right here. I think it's from 10 to 11:30, except in June because they have Vacation Bible School here, but we're here. So if you're in the room live, this is this video here has you. If you will wave to the Zoomers and the folks online on Facebook and YouTube. If you're online watching, we're gonna try to be more cognizant of you guys, because last time we did this successfully, but I didn't really remember the Zoomers so much. So I'm gonna try to look right into this camera and say hi. So this camera has you guys, panelists on. This camera has the audience. And then I have a little control panel here, and Sarah's over there watching for comments online. So if it boggles your mind, that's fine. It boggles my mind too, but somehow it's working. We're also streaming online on Facebook and YouTube, I think. We think. And next month, Sarah, it's on? We did it. I don't know how we did it, but we did it. Next month, Sarah is going to set all of this stuff on her own because I'm going to be here virtually. So it should be really good. All right. So yes, you're at the Indy Senior Living Series. This month, we are talking about how the connection between exercise and health. And I know for me personally, exercise is an important part of my life. If I go about a week without exercising, I feel really gross. So mentally and physically. And so we have a panelist of experts here that are going to be talking to us about the importance of that, especially as we age throughout all of your life, but especially as we age. And then also maybe talk about some of their programs and things like that. I do have some housekeeping things, and I made a checklist this month, so I don't forget. So if you're on Zoom, hi, your cameras and your microphones were automatically muted and turned off. If you would like to show your face, that is great. We'd like to see your face. And then we have Sarah. You can see Sarah on the screen on the coral. There you are. She's waving. She's going to be monitoring your questions in the chat box. And if you're online on Facebook or YouTube, she'll also be monitoring those, and we can ask them live in the room. Sarah's going to pull up the, oh, I forgot to tell you, some of our sponsors have new logos, so I put the new one in Google Drive, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so your mics and cameras are muted and off. We are recording the video. It is going to be on YouTube and Facebook and on our website afterwards. So this is going to live forever and ever and ever online. So if you are on Zoom or you're calling in and you have a question, *6 on your phone is how you ask a question through the video. If you're in the room, you just raise your hand or shout out your question, and we'll repeat it so everybody can hear. And then restrooms are right out the doors, straight ahead. We've got coffee and pastries. If you've signed in, you'll be sure to get our invites for upcoming events, not just the Indy Senior Living Series, but also community tours and things like that. Okay, speaking of upcoming events, we have a few, and there are a few different ways that you can register because we're trying to help everyone, no matter what technology level you're at. If you want to call in, you can call that Google number. I know that some of you do. It's just a voicemail. I typically don't answer it, but I go the night before and check the voicemails, and then I'll RSVP you for any of our events, whether it's Indy Senior Living Series, community tours, whatever. That's that 731-2289 number. You can also go to downsizingindy.com under the events tab and register there. There's a form you fill out, and it lets us know you're coming and how you're coming. That's important too, because if you're in person, that's different than if you're coming online, because we need to make sure we have enough space. What else? We have two events on your tables that are coming up in September. So when our community sponsor They also do a community tour, and they're typically toward the end of the year. So we have one coming up, and that's Marquette. And we have Missy over here representing Marquette. So we're going to tour Marquette and eat their fine dining on September 21st. That tour is from 10 to 1, September 21st. There's a flyer on your table. You can snap a photo of it or go to Downsizing Indy. And then we also have next week, we have an event, September 9th. It's called the Upside to Downsizing. Discovery Commons is hosting that. That is from 9:30 to 11. Also, flyer on your table. And we could not do any of these events without our sponsors. So we have a table here with all of our sponsors, and they've got educational materials, some goodies. I saw some candy over there, some protein bars, which is awesome. So be sure before the end of the event that you get over there if you're here in person. If you're not here in person, you're attending online. We have put all of their flyers into a Google Drive, and Sarah's going to post that link so that you can access all of those electronically. And if you're on phone, you can *6 and we will mail you paper flyers. So it's a lot to remember. Yes, so sponsors are here. All of their logos, name, contact information are on your table, as well as our wonderful panelists today. They've brought information for you all, but we also made sure to include their contact information if you have a question that you want to ask after the program, not in front of everybody. So without further ado, we're just going to dive right in, ladies. Okay. There's a microphone. There's no order of, answering it. Just if something comes to mind, when we get to that question, we'll just rotate the mics. This mic is going into the Zoom meeting through the room. If the audience has questions, we'll just repeat the question so that everybody online can hear. Is that enough? How long does that take? All right, so resources for exercise and relaxation. We're going to start with just having our panelists introduce themselves and give a background about why they are here as panelists on this topic. So go ahead, ladies. It should be on and working.
Testing.
Yep, there you go.
Hi, everybody. How are you? Good morning. My name is Samantha Stiff, and I am owner of Through the Ages Fitness, a company inspired by those who are 50 and older. And what we do is we provide exercise classes and brain fitness programs to individuals all throughout Indianapolis. So it makes total sense why I'm here today. Did anybody work out this morning? Oh, I see a couple hands back there. That's what I'm talking about. Very good. Just a quick overview of kind of what we do. I know we have some other introductions here, but we provide fitness and brain fitness classes all throughout Indianapolis. So our main approaches is when we go into these facilities as we are working our body, our mind, and of course we have great music during these sessions. We work with all levels of care. So we are working with people who have dementia, memory impairment. We are working with people who are in assisted living, and also people who are very independent, who can drive their car to classes, live in older communities just like that. So we also work with people in adult day centers, senior centers, community centers, churches, and all that fun stuff. So I'm sure we'll get into more depth here about services, but I'm going to pass the mic on. Here we go.
Well, good morning. I'm Patty Pavey. Can you hear me? Obviously, this is working. Okay. Well, I'm from Kokomo, Indiana, and I'm doing my workout when I get home because I didn't get up in time to get here with all the road construction. But I own a business called Today's a Day Coaching, and Today's a Day Coaching encompasses a lot of different things for a lot of different people. But I also do public speaking and training programs and things like that in different areas and some online. And one of the things that I do for everyone is I assist you from moving from stuck to stupendous. And we do that through health and nutrition. We do that through coaching, working on positivity, attitudes, organization, all kinds of things. Chronic pain is especially that I do as well. And it doesn't make any difference what the age range is. Samantha and I were talking this morning, and I've worked with 7-year-olds to 95-year-olds. So anywhere in between. So my background, I studied health and nutrition at Purdue. I taught school for 8 years. I've owned 3 different businesses, this being the 3rd one. And I love working with people and getting to know people and assisting them to just improve where they want to improve. So I'll share more later too.
Hello, I am Joy Perry. I'm with the YMCA of Greater Indianapolis. I do represent and work at the Jordan Y, which is just down the street. My background right now, I'm the senior director at the Jordan YMCA, but I've been with the YMCA for about 5 years. I've been a Group X teacher. I've been a Silver Sneakers teacher, aqua classes, yoga, you name it. I've taught it when it comes to wellness, personal training as well. But I love the YMCA. It's a passion of mine that we are a community nonprofit organization that tries to connect with everyone, no matter how old you are or where your background comes from. So next time I see you, I'm going to greet you in the manner of, it's a great day, and you're going to answer at the YMCA. Shall we practice? Ready? It's a great day. I love it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Julie Barnes, and I'm representing Prime Life Enrichment. We are a freestanding senior center in Carmel. And by senior, I mean you're over 21. Everybody here over 21? You can join. We have amazing fitness programs, indoor walking track. We have a therapeutic pool that is kept 87 to 92 degrees that allows people to do exercises through exercise classes that we offer 5 days a week. We also have land classes that we offer during the day, the evening, and the weekends that encompass everything from balance movements to dancing. I was hired in October to Prime Life as a social worker. I'm a licensed social worker. I then transitioned through pandemic situations to the activities coordinator and the outreach and engagement individual. So I love coming out, seeing folks and talking about Prime Life. I take their classes. I sometimes slip on my shoes and walk around the track with some of our members. And I love everything that we do and stand for. It's a comfortable place to come exercise, and it's good to see you all. Thank you.
Well, that is a mouthful, your new role after COVID. Lots of things are changing. I just wanted to remind you that our Zoom audience is here. Don't forget about them. Just pretend like it's like another person standing here. I know it's really weird, but we're trying to accommodate everyone. So, which is really hard sometimes, as you can imagine. We're not going to get it perfect. Okay, so yeah, somebody mentioned programs, and the next question is, by the way, you have these questions in your stack of there, and you should have plenty of pens. So if you want to take notes, and we're really informal here, as you know, just raise your hand and ask questions to any of the panelists, and I'll repeat it so everyone can hear. So question number 2 is, what programs do you offer that are geared towards seniors? And I know that they have placed plenty of things at your tables there. I picked up one packet from one of the tables, and I see like gift cards, be our guest to the YMCA, and all kinds of stuff. So make sure you grab that information, and if you have those bags there, you can throw them in there. These are old bags, clearly. I'm not with the brokerage that is written on the bags, but we had bought all the bags for 2020, so we're using them now because they're all in my garage. So you're going to see some of that like weird branding. I'm still broker owner of the Indy Real Estate Experts, and nothing has changed. So okay, so programs are geared towards seniors.
Every program we have is geared towards seniors. So Actually, we have a lot of programs, starting with transportation. We are able to transport all throughout Hamilton County. We transport seniors to our facility to take their exercise classes, to join clubs. We have meals, hot meals, 5 days a week. So some seniors just come and spend the entire day with land classes, water classes, dining, and then playing euchre and hopefully winning. They can spend a whole day there. We take people to their doctors so that they can know what kind of fitness programs they need to be involved in. We also take people to their physical rehabilitation, and we have individuals that are not Prime Life employees, but we have fitness people in our building that do rehabilitation. So there's a variety of ways that we can use our facility to help people exercise and meet them where they are. We do offer book clubs. We have art classes, all sorts of therapeutic ways to enhance your mind, body, and spirit. So it's a great variety. And then if you have a shopping problem, we also have a thrift store that you can come and shop or you can donate to.
I forgot about that.
No.
Have you guys been busy since COVID? I mean, it's all open. You can go in there and still shop.
Yes, we do get a lot of donations. We have our members that are curating them so that they're clean, seasonally appropriate. It's really, really wonderful. Right now, we have all of our fall things out and they're starting to gear up to put out clothes. But so an easy shop, come right in, turn the door, walk through. You're bound to find something that you absolutely must have.
Don't collect too much though, because then you'll have to hire Sarah and I to help you clean it out and get it sold, and things aren't selling for very much lately. Go ahead.
All right, as like their facility, we do have at the YMCA the opportunity to participate in many different types of classes. On your table, you will see schedules that have little bubbles on them. There, I didn't put one in each packet, but they are in the middle of the table. Any class that's designated a purple color would be an active older adult class. And then we also have something unique, which is called small group training for active older adults, where we actually take you into the fitness center, or what we call the wellness center, and provide you with the opportunity to work out with just a few people. So it's not a large class, it's 6 or less people in that class. We also have volunteer opportunities, which is, mind, body, spirit, getting involved in your 6 dimensions of wellness. We have volunteer opportunities with children, with other seniors, with aquatics, all types of family activities, Christmas functions, Easter, all kinds of holiday functions. What probably makes, maybe not, but makes us a little unique is we have a full line of equipment in each of our centers, and we have 9 centers in the Indianapolis area. So once you join one Y in Indianapolis, you can use any of them that are a part of the YMCA, which means if you're visiting family or staying with family in other parts of the city, you can also use the YMCA that's closest to you. As well as around the city, as a member of the YMCA, you are part of what is called a nationwide reciprocity membership program, which allows you when you're traveling to use the YMCA across the nation. That makes it nice so that when you go on vacation or you go spend a month or 2 with family or in somewhere much warmer than Indiana, you still have the opportunity to continue your exercise program and stay connected with people. The other thing that many of you might be interested in, pickleball. We have pickleball. Yes, we do. Everyone seems to love pickleball in this day and age, and we have all levels of participation. We do not have any instructors this time for pickleball, but we have a lot of volunteers that would love to show you how to play pickleball. So with that in mind, if you have any questions about the schedules, they're a little tedious to look at, but I would be happy to help you look at those before we end today.
That's awesome. I didn't know the reciprocity was nationwide, so that's awesome, Joy. I wanted to tell you, we do have about 10 people online, just on Zoom, and then we have a couple on Facebook and YouTube streaming. So they're out there, and we see you guys. I just posted the link to the Google Drive that has all the handouts that these ladies are talking about. So if you sent them to me, if you didn't, you can send them after and I'll add them. All right.
Okay, today's the day coaching, all kinds of programs I mentioned a minute ago, but some of the ones that are most popular are weight management, stress anxiety, post-traumatic stress for some, changes, pain clinic, chronic pain, relationships, and one of the others is butt enders, which is a great get off the cigarettes and tobacco program. So,
Not really how it sounds.
love the name. I know. Okay. I'm also offering, and this just came out and it is in your packet. How many of you are sitting away from someone so you can just kind of raise your foot and kick? Please do that. Okay. We are kicking COVID to the curb with this program. And so if you are interested in that, there's some information on here. I'll stick around a little bit. You can ask me questions, but I'm offering it a really super special price to this group of people only. And yes, I sent it to you to send out. So,
Okay, that's this.
well, that one's different, but it's this one.
Okay. I
Okay.
think we do have that.
It's this one. So, and if you're listening and you want to get in touch with me about it, call me because it is a great program and and it can be done virtually or in person, in small groups, or if you want a large group to participate and do something like that, let me know. I need to talk to you about that one. I didn't price that. So that's what I've got going on right now. And also you've got in your packets here a gift from me. So it's on a postcard and you can read that. And thank you. And I hope that you'll participate in something fun. It just really does make a difference and helps improve our attitudes. And right now I'm seeing COVID has just hit us all with confidence issues, with commitment issues, with stress and anxiety, and all kinds of things that going through this whole process with COVID, with families and kids and being by yourself, if that's the case, and loneliness and depression. And so, you know, I've worked with people in assisted living groups before. My mother was there until June and just passed away. And just keeping tabs with her with depression was a challenging position in itself. And so it's open to anyone. So I'd love to meet you, work with you, and show you a little different things that you might do with that conscious mind of yours.
All right, last but not least, the fitness lady. All right, with Through the Ages Fitness, we actually don't have a physical location, so we come to you. Makes it pretty easy, right? Yes, it is. Maybe, right? All right, we do group fitness. So we work with people in groups. So whether you're in a facility, whether you are in a neighborhood 55 and older with a community center, we can come to you and provide classes for you. We can also do one-on-ones. So we can come to your house and work with you in home as well. So it makes it a little bit easier for you and maybe your loved one if you're looking to get on that fitness routine. We also provide specialized Parkinson's classes. So working with people with Parkinson's disease. And obviously, you know, we are always open to new opportunities. We're always trying to create and come up with new services for everybody. So with that being said, we are working with children. We do provide aqua classes, so pool classes, maybe a neighborhood you live in or a place that you're living right now has a pool on site. We can come and provide indoor or outdoor pool classes too. We also are providing services for employee engagement. So if some of you are working, maybe your team members, employees are looking for something fun to do, a way to get out of the office and build some teamwork a little bit, we can come in and work with you doing that. And a new service that we just started that seems to be going very well is that we are working with individuals that are recovering from drug and alcohol addiction. So helping people kind of get on path and get their lives back a little bit. So really, no matter what stage of life or where you're at, we're here to get you on path and get you moving. So those are our services.
That's awesome. And you're very energetic. So happy. I was gonna tell the sponsors, if you are so inclined to log into the Zoom meeting, it's the same as it's always been. And you want to pop your information in there for the folks watching online, feel free to do that. Sarah or I will just admit you in past the waiting room. So there's no password or anything. Yeah. So that's awesome. Any questions about their programs? I love the color-coded menus, and like they said, if it's a little tricky to read, you can ask them personally. Yes, ma'am.
This is for Joy. Silver sneakers
Oh, yeah.
participate in the reciprocity as well.
So the way the Silver Sneakers program is, if you're not familiar with Silver Sneakers, what that is on your insurance, there is a rider that allows you a free membership at a fitness facility. It does not have to be the YMCA. It can be any fitness facility that participates in the Silver Sneakers programs. The reciprocity comes in, yes, to answer your question. It's a little cumbersome because you have to then enroll at each Y association that you go to. So let's say you live in Indianapolis and you're a Silver Sneakers member. You enroll at the YMCA of Indianapolis, your Silver Sneakers membership works there. Then you go down to Florida for 2 months. You would enroll in that association as a Silver Sneakers, but it is still free. So it does take one more step, as opposed to if you're just a paying member of the Y, your card works everywhere across the United States. But with Silver Sneakers, the association that you are operating with has to get a number from the insurance company to allow you access. But yes, it is reciprocity. It just requires a visit before you want to start. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
That's a good question. We love the Silver Sneakers program.
Yes, and Silver Sneakers, and there's another one that was with United Healthcare. It's called Renew Active, and that's information that you would gather from your insurance provider. Lots of fitness facilities, not just the YMCA, provide that opportunity. And we do have portals where we can look you up, but if you can come with that number already in hand from your insurance provider, that's great. If you can't, don't let it stop you.
So that brought a question up for me as you were talking. In terms of, it's not on here, in terms of cost for maybe membership or some of your programs, are you able to give like a rough estimate? I know that a lot of the programs can be customized to each person. So, just average.
So once again, if you have a Silver Sneakers membership on your insurance or Renew Active, there's no charges to you. With the YMCA, that would allow you full access to the facility, full access to any of the active older adult classes, as well as up to 8 sessions with one of our wellness advisors to help you set up a program in the wellness center so that you have a program that's updated based on your needs. If you have an event, an injury, something comes up where you want to change your program, they're apt to do that as well. As per memberships, I can only speak for the YMCA. The YMCA provides membership from youth memberships up to 2 adult family household, which means any 2 adults with up to 10 kids. Those range anywhere from $25 a month to $89 a month. We also at the YMCA provide veterans benefits, so discounts if you have to pay for a membership, as well as scholarships based on fixed income or sliding scale based on income. So you would just provide that information for you. So yes, our memberships could drop potentially below the $25 a month. Most of them do never reach the $89 a month. So those with fixed income, sliding scale, we do provide discounts for. Then if you decide to do a paid programming at the Y, some of our paid programming would be like personal training. We don't have a whole lot of paid programs, but let's just say personal training. Any program that you would enroll in at the Y also receives that discount as well. Swim lessons, personal training. If you want to join a basketball league, soccer league, all those things are discounted with your applied scholarships too.
Anybody else?
Sure. Prime Life also participates with Silver Sneakers. Now, we do things a little differently. We have a basic membership that covers our track. We also have a fitness room with fitness equipment that is pneumatic fitness equipment. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it limits the inertia and it allows for smooth movements. So throughout the exercise, not jarring movements. That equipment is less than 3 years old, and that's also in our basic membership, along with all of our groups that we have, like Euchre Club, Bridge Club, Book Club, all of our clubs. The basic membership is $20. However, if you have Silver Sneakers, Renew Active, Silver and Fit, Prime, Pure Fit, or Active and Fit, and you don't have to remember, there will not be a quiz. You have your basic membership covered. If you want to participate in group activities, that would be the land or aquatics classes, that is $20. So if you are wanting to get, and that's called an enhanced membership, it would be $20 a month. We do also offer scholarship, and it's on a need basis. And then we also offer the ability to do volunteer work in the thrift shop or around, maybe in our library, to have your membership covered as well.
She just reminded me, we also hire staff and you get a free membership with that, of all ages, days, times of the day, times of the week. If you're interested in working at the Y, we can get you connected there too. Plug.
Can't beat that.
No,
Work out and work.
I know, meet some people.
And true. I do special events and special programs, just like you saw on the Kick COVID to the Curb. And I also offer a discount for veterans and any Chamber of Commerce members. So, and if you've been a Chamber of Commerce, or if your company, if you work part-time for somebody in their company, like the YMCA is probably a Chamber of Commerce member. So if you work there part-time, you receive that same discount that anyone else does at the Y with me as well. So.
All right, so for group classes for Through the Ages Fitness, it's a flat rate. So if you live in an area or a community where there's a clubhouse and they provide activities for you, I can work with the directors there and maybe come up with a time to come in and teach for you. So that's a flat rate. Classes are between 30 to an hour, and that's about $45 to $60 a class. If you don't live in a community like that, we are still wanting to work with you. Maybe you have a group of ladies or a group of men that you want to have and work out together. We can provide a class session for you and split the cost per person. As far as one-on-ones, so that's a little bit more intimate, more specific to the individual's needs. So for that, we can come in and work with you 30 minutes to an hour, and that ranges about $55 to $70 for in-home.
Okay, so lots of opportunities for grants or discounts and group costs, group fees. So that's good. Any other questions on that topic? Yes, ma'am?
Just a comment. I started at Jordan Y when they opened and swim team and worked there almost through high school and college. But I went to my first Silver Sneakers circuit last week. I was amazed. A lot of it aerobic. I mean, I'm fairly active, but it worked me out. It was amazing.
What I will say is that our instructors have complete faith in all of you who come. And we have a very, very fit, active, engaged, mobile, social group of people that are amazing to hang out with. It's my favorite class to be in. It's one of my favorites. And it's safe. It's safe and effective. That's what I like about the Silver Sneakers classes at the Y. You can do them sitting, you can do them standing, and the opportunity is provided for everyone in class.
Yeah, there's always an
Option.
alteration if you need to sit or if you want to make it harder. So ways to make, the different exercises.
Modification.
Yeah, there you go, modification.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you. It's a great day.
It's a great day at the YMCA.
Woo, you got it. Okay, so we talked a little bit about this, or no, we didn't. How can seniors benefit from movement aside from the typical health benefits that we hear about? I'm thinking like core stabilization, so there are less, risk for falls, socialization for the mental part of it. But I'll let you ladies take it away.
Yeah, so I was thinking, obviously, with our programming and what we do a lot of body movements, of course, but we also emphasize on working the brain. So that's a big aspect that I think is very beneficial when moving your body and working out on a regular basis. So how do you do that? Maybe using your left and right brain at the same time. Engaging your left foot while making right movements with your arm, really thinking about it. Also creating that social connection. So a lot of the times when you're in a group fitness aspect, there's several people around you at the same time. So you're laughing, you're connecting, and you're making friendships, which is very important to us as we age. It's very important to our health. Not only that, mental health is very important too. So working out on a regular basis, coming up with a routine, kind of prevents our stress, kind of creates better social connection, and really just makes you feel better on a regular basis. So walking out of a group session, you're laughing with your friends, you're feeling good, and you're ready for the day, right? Yes, that's right. All right, I'll pass it on. Here we go.
We get a little quieter in our office. But outside, I keep up with you. Okay. At Today's a Day coaching, one of the main focuses that I have when working with people is to help the engagement of the mind as well. And we take a look at the subconscious mind and the conscious mind and the critical factor between those two and helping you make changes. And so it's creating that habit that you do want to exercise every day. And there are ways to help your subconscious mind take that concept and tell your conscious mind what to do every day. And so it becomes a habit, just like brushing your teeth. That's in your subconscious and you just do it automatically. You breathe because of your subconscious mind. And so all of those things that happen as a habit come from your subconscious mind. 95% of every decision or action that you do is because of your subconscious mind. And we don't talk about that very much in most places. And we don't understand that there's a critical factor between the two that limits how much you can get through. And so working with someone like me with hypnosis and with NLP and with just mental fitness helps you bring about whatever it is that you're wanting to change. That's why I say I help move people from stuck to stupendous.
Love that.
You
Love
know,
that.
key in neuro-linguistic programming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which building upon that leads me right into the yoga classes and the balance and flexibility classes that we have at the YMCA. The balance and flexibility classes not only provide you the ability to know what to do or to train your body, your muscles and your brain to communicate when something happens, when you step off the curb and trip up, when you lose your balance, what happens? That is a trained thing that we practice in our balance and flexibility in our yoga. It's understanding which muscle groups can communicate in the event that something happens. We have a balance and flexibility class, like I mentioned. Once a week, they do go up to our tumbling room and they actually practice getting up and down off the floor. That sounds simple, but it's not. I'll never forget a story. I used to work at a senior community in Columbus, Indiana, and one of my yoga people got down in the backyard pulling weeds for about half an hour and couldn't get up. And his wife watched him from the yard to see if he figured out his yoga moves on how to stand up from the ground. And he did. And they came in and told me that. So yoga not only teaches you flexibility and movement, but it teaches you functional things, how to get by when you really need it. Classes and exercise other than movement also help with our reaction time. When we train and repeat and repeat and repeat, our body learns how to react a lot quicker. Our recovery time, when we walk up the stairs, yes, we're going to be out of breath, but how long is it going to take us to get our breath back? Those are the functional things that we get from our exercise. And then of course the brain exercises. A lot of the movement that we do in our land upright cardio part of the class are repetitive sequences. And there's nothing better than a crossword puzzle or a good sequence to help our brain develop clarity. And then because I love yoga and it's one of my favorite things to do, growing up a little ADHD child, yoga was the ability for me to get rid of that chatter in my mind and to turn it off so that I can focus on what I'm doing right now, and also how to breathe. So that right now, if I get nervous, I might close my eyes for 30 seconds and take a big breath, and then I can recover from whatever I'm nervous from. So breathing is a big part. It's something more than just movement from exercise.
One of the things that I've noticed being the activities director and coming at it from a different perspective is that members that are participating in any kind of fitness, whether it be walking, whether it be group activity, whether it be aquatics classes or individual exercise on the machines, is they have a sense of purpose. they get that, they gain that back. Their wellness is in their hands and they're feeling good. And what they then do is become more of a community at Prime Life. They engage with other members, they join clubs, they maybe take an art class. They then continue to grow both mind, body, and spirit. Maybe they then start attending lunches or come to me and say, Julie, can we have this group? Or I'm interested in playing this game. How do I get connected with that? And that's all just from taking that step of doing one fitness thing for themselves. I've seen it quite a bit recently, and after COVID, seeing everybody saying, oh, I'm just getting back into things and re-engaging with their friends. That's been a beautiful part of people's fitness regimes.
That's awesome. Everything. I'm a yoga fan too. I get all out of sorts if I miss my yoga class. And I figured out where my favorite yoga instructors are. Like if I miss Monday night, then I know I can make it up at 9:30 in the morning on Tuesday or in the afternoon at different locations. So yeah, I'm a fan because it is on purpose. You can turn your mind off and focus on your breathing and all that chatter that's happening about kids and family and life and work and all that stuff. So I'm a fan of that too. And by the way, I see there's this lady that attends one of the yoga classes, and she's older, she's a bigger gal. And she does the moves and the exercises that she can do. And when she can't do them, or she doesn't feel confident enough to do them, then she does a modification, or she goes into child pose or whatever it is. And she does her thing back there. And that's another thing that I like about it, because you can individualize it to whatever you feel comfortable.
Yeah, we always say in yoga, when you look at, don't look at the pictures of people doing yoga postures. Those people were born to do that, okay? Realistically, most of us will never look like those pictures. So you have to fit your body into the pose, not force your body into the pose. So keep that in mind if you ever want to do yoga. And if you get nothing else out about being in a yoga class, is learning how to breathe. And the other thing is, you can never be late to a yoga class, and you can never leave early, okay? If you can show up
It's
and come
really
for 2
awkward
minutes.
when you do that.
I will say though, you can be late to a Zumba class.
Yes.
We offer Zumba in the evenings, and I love to take the Monday night Zumba class. The music gets really loud, it's really pumping. It can be a little bit risque. It's a lot of rap, a lot of bumping around. I was in class one night and a woman walks in late. She is, I don't know how old she was until she told me later, she was 80.
Nice.
She drives all the way from Fishers to come to our Zumba class. She said, Julie, I do it because I like the music and I love the energy. She's been doing it for years and she's pretty darn good.
And if you have grandkids, they'll think you're really hip.
Oh, yeah. I gotta go to my Zumba.
Hey, I'll see you later. I'm gonna go to my yoga class and stand on my head.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, we have a question from online, it looks like.
Yes, we have an online question, wanting to know if any of the Ys offer Tai Chi classes.
That's good. Just for everybody so you can hear. The question online is, do any of the YMCAs offer Tai Chi?
So prior to COVID, we had, that's on, is that on? Tessa. Prior to COVID, we did have Tai Chi at several of our locations. Right now, I can only speak for the Jordan that we only have Tai Chi once a week, but that is in our, it's in our plan to get that built back up. We lost most of our Tai Chi people because they do it at home now on Zoom or this, that, and the other. So if you are interested in Tai Chi, I can get a class started for you, okay? We just need to get several people that have that interest that fall back into those lines. We also had, I forget, it's with the staffs. Oh, I can't think of the name right now.
Does anybody know that with the staff?
They were thinking, so we call it Dancing with Staffs, but he had another name for it, and I can't remember what it was, but we do offer those additional programming that's more of a mind-body class. We just are short on Tai Chi right now because of lack of participation.
So there you go. If you want to get a class started, it sounds like
Call
you
me.
just
Yep.
speak up. Yeah.
We do have an I Chi class. Anyone want to venture to guess what that is? aquatic Tai Chi.
Oh,
And we
okay.
have that twice a week. So that's at Prime Life, along with yoga and balance and movement and things like that for those classes.
Elders, did that answer your question online? The I Chi class and the once a week at the YMCA? Oh, yeah, Sarah put it in on the chat.
They
box
get it?
there. So, yep, okay.
There's also aqua Zumba.
Oh,
So if you want to get in the water,
aqua Zumba, there you
aqua
go.
yoga.
Okay, so if we don't have any other questions, we'll move on to number 4. How does activity and relaxation improve the quality of life as we age? And we talked a little bit about this, but even not just as we age, just, somebody in their 20s or 30s or 40s, what does physical movement and mind movement do for us in a positive way?
Well, mental attitude and relaxation is something that is beneficial for anyone. And whether or not you're a CEO of a company or a domestic goddess at home or a grandmother that is chauffeuring or a grandfather. So it doesn't make any difference, that clarity and the stopping the chatter and the clutter that's in your mind, giving you the opportunity to think clearer and be able to communicate more directly with individuals and just with yourself. Hypnosis and NLP both help with that. That creates that clarity that people are looking for, centeredness. It helps with sleep if you have sleep issues. Learning to breathe correctly is the first step to hypnosis. And some people are going, hypnosis, oh my, I don't understand. And we just had that conversation. I have a flyer if you want it, which explains it, and 99 things that hypnosis can be used for. So I'm sure that there's something in there that anyone and everyone can be interested in. But that being said, it is a relaxation program. Every one of you seated out there today and the audience at home or office or wherever you are have been in a late trance of hypnosis and you just don't know it. How many of you have driven someplace and don't remember passing something as a landmark? Raise your hand.
And you were sober, by the way.
Hey, yeah, and you're sober. Yes, okay, and you're sober. You were in what we call driving hypnosis. You were in total control. If something or someone or a ball had come across your path, you would have hit the brakes because your subconscious is so trained in driving and the habits that you have for that you would have done it automatically. How many of you have ever been watching a football game, basketball game, or a movie, and someone came into the room and you didn't notice, or they may have said hi and you didn't hear them? Yeah. Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Okay, you were in hypnosis at the time, so focused on something. So what that does with hypnosis is just help you get into that state. And I also teach self-hypnosis, so you can do self-relaxation. And there's a simple app on your phones, and I have every one of my clients, I give a script to that a lot of people in my industry charge for. I give it to you as a client and teach you how to use it so that you can listen to it and use that as a relaxation technique every day. And so all of that is training your brain to slow down, clear out, so that you can be focused and ready to do what it is that you want to do. So learning to be in control and saying, how many of you would like to say no more often? Okay, yeah, we can help you with that too. And things that you can control and you can't control. So those are the things that we can do with coaching hypnosis combination. And if anybody has any questions, ask me.
I like that you addressed that because hypnosis is not this voodoo, like devil worshiping situation. Yeah. And while you were talking, my watch told me that it was time to get moving. So how many of you guys have smart watches that tell you they can count your steps? And this was a gift.
Even when to take a drink.
Yeah, nice.
The only thing is they don't say water, please.
Nice. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think Patty made it pretty clear about obviously how relaxation is very important and as far as life and routine, building relationships in general. I feel, when you have time to relax for yourself, you're a better person for others too. But getting kind of more into that exercise component, we do a big emphasis at Through the Ages Fitness on practicing mobility. So we do a lot of movements, and it's always important as far as exercising to do movements that you do on a daily basis. So reaching into your cabinet every day, maybe you drop your keys or drop something on the ground. As we get older, we all know that it tends to get a little bit harder to get down on the ground. So, you know, practicing now, it's never too late. And I always tell people too, even if it's for 2 minutes and you're just reaching up high, that's better than nothing, right? So just practicing things that you do every day, you know, gardening, mowing the lawn. But again, you know, keep moving that body, and it allows you to do things that maybe you've always wanted to do, maybe skydiving one day. You want to go jump out of a plane or do something crazy. Just so important to keep your body moving, right?
Skydiver.
I see some head shakes, but I think you get what I'm saying. So just keep moving, keep doing those type of things, and I think you'll be off to a great routine.
That's awesome. I'm reminded when you were talking, the old adage, if you don't move it, you lose it.
Yep.
And that's true, right?
Yeah, I was going to add one more thing, is that visualization, you know, dreaming and visualization is so important with relaxation. And so what you visualize and what you see also affects how you change your subconscious. And so that visualization we guide you through and also teach you how to take your stuff.
Again, one of the things that I see is enjoyment.
Mhm.
That relaxing, it allows you to enjoy things more. Even just sitting around being with people, that allows you to have that. And I think that that's one of the most effective relaxation is enjoying things. Maybe having a good laugh, listening to a joke, dirty or otherwise, talking with friends, playing a game. Those are things that we do all the time at Prime Life. I always try to engage people in conversations, but they usually have their own conversations going because they have friends and connections that really make them relax and kind of take time for each other.
My kids watch this YouTube video. It's there's a whole bunch of them, but it's try not to laugh. Has anybody ever seen these? You cannot help but laugh at some of these videos. It's like America's Funniest Home Videos. Remember that show? But it's on YouTube, and it's like just one video right after the other. It's pretty funny, and you know, everybody, it's a good laugh, I suppose.
Watch
So.
the Golden Girls or I Love Lucy rerun.
Yeah, there you go.
So the only thing I would add is that, I mean, our question was, how does activity and relaxation improve the quality of life as we age? At some point in our lives, we've all exercised or had activity more than maybe now, or maybe we have more now. Can you think of how it's improved your life? That's what I would request out there. Just take a moment and think of when I was exercising, when I was moving, what felt better to me at that time.
Yeah, that's good. In fact, on one of the descriptions, I think on mine, I said, I can't think of a time I ever went to the gym and left feeling worse than when I came in. I always feel better. Even I get headaches, whether like sinus headaches and stuff, and those are like really unmotivating. All you want to do is go to bed. But I found that if I go to the gym and get a little bit of cardio and sweating, it releases the headache sometimes. So even sometimes if I don't feel like it, I can't think of a time I felt worse leaving the gym than I did going there.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be the gym. It could just be movement and activity
Yeah.
in general. June 22nd, I had knee surgery and I've been out for 8 weeks and not exercised a whole lot. And my anxiety level went through the roof. And now that I am exercising, and now that I'm back in my yoga classes, riding my bike, taking a walk, walking the dog, anxiety has come down a lot. Turning off the TV helped too.
Yeah, I stopped watching the news like over 10 years ago. It's really, so I was thinking about the timing of this topic, and it wasn't by chance that we made this topic at this time of year. We put a lot of thought into what the topics are each month. And also we listened to your feedback, and I think this topic was on the feedback forms at one point. But then also we're going into a time in Indiana. I mean, it's gonna be beautiful for a couple of months still. And then we're just going into that ugly time where it feels like it's never going to end. And I think that the timing of that, getting into a routine now is perfect to get us through the December, January, February months. So, any questions in the audience, online or in person about that? Okay. Where are we? Where are we? Number 5? 5. Okay. What are some alternate ways to exercise our body and mind? So I think what the thinking about this question was, if we do have some mobility issues currently, how do we start? Where do we start to where we're not putting ourselves in danger or, getting hurt, that sort of thing?
First step is to show up.
Yeah.
If you do nothing else, show up, meet with your trainer, meet with one of these people, show up, even if you just lay in for 5 minutes, show up. Next time, stay for 10 minutes. We at the Y don't require you anything. Once you walk through the door, you can sit in the lobby and have coffee and visit with your friends if it's nothing more than that. So I believe that, those issues, volunteer, find the educational series. If exercise isn't your thing, find a partner. Because if you don't like to exercise, you're not going to come by yourself. Find someone you can connect to at the location that you choose to go to. And I think that you'll find 5 minutes, half the battle's getting there. I tell people that all the time. So we try to make you feel comfortable at the Y because it's going to be a great day at the YMCA.
Nice.
This is something that I picked up years ago, but we're always trying to be so efficient. Be less efficient. Don't carry every single bag with you at once. Take your time carrying them in. Make smaller trips and walk. If walking is something that you enjoy and can do, take your bags. Take one bag in house, then come back and get the other. You get that extra movement. Don't carry all of your laundry baskets up the steps and hope that you don't fall over with all of them. Carry one. Make more trips. That gets you more motion throughout the day. You don't have to do it all at once. I know we like to, but that's a great way to get your body moving throughout the day. Or if you like to watch a television show, move your body, sit and be fit. I know you've heard it before, but kick your legs up when you're sitting there, stand up and walk around. I used to walk around. When my Fitbit tells me I've only got 500 steps till I hit 10,000, I am walking around the house, yelling at everybody in the house, the stuff that I was conversing with them before, because I want my movement in. So, do things to continue to keep your movement going, and your body will thank you.
Let's attack the mind, okay? But actually, that goes along with movement as well. A part-time job, playing with children. If you've got grandkids, fine. If not, borrow one, adopt one for a day, okay? Parents will love you, okay, for it. Become a grandma for someone else. Maybe it's in the neighborhood or in the complex, or be a pen pal with one, but do something that I think the different generations communicating with each other is a tremendous way in which storytelling can be a way that you communicate with younger kids, and that they can tell stories too. Children have a fascination
all can hear. Maybe now you can. All right, we're gonna go on to the next question. I'll check again. Question, yes.
Well, all those things you just mentioned brought me back to the year when I was kind of locked in the house with my husband with dementia. And I didn't have a lot of, I couldn't go out by myself a lot. And just, that was the answer, that you, those things you just said.
Good.
Everything they just said. Yeah. Yeah, in terms of what you mentioned, Joy, about the anxiety and calming that, all of it, I agree. Our last question, and then we'll wrap things up and open it up for open questions. Are there social and emotional benefits to joining a program, which we've talked about a little bit, but is there anything that you want to add? I still think, just if this topic is timely coming out of COVID, it's real easy to just go into isolation and shut your door and turn everything off and not talk to your neighbors or people at the gym or, whatever. But we're humans and we're made to be in community. Anything?
Social and emotional benefits by being in a group. I think we talked some of that, but I think that one of the things it helps with is depression. And depression, particularly during the time that we were stuck at home with COVID, whether or not your husband had dementia or not, it was a challenge, especially if you're not used to being there. And so if you had children at home or grandchildren that you were trying to homeschool during that time. But, being a caretaker, how many of you have been a caretaker? Okay. I work with a lot of families that, and women particularly, that are helping take care of their parents, okay, in that way. And depression is really one that we need to learn what the signs of depression are and how to handle them. Movement and joining something and being in a group of any kind for any amount of time, even if it's a Zoom group, is something that can help keep you from doing that, helps you from being lonely, gives you laughter because people can share stories and tell jokes. And it just goes back to friendships and people. And we are a people society. Even people who like to be by themselves don't like to be by themselves all the time.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
And they need a little bit of humanistic to them, whether they get it through visualization or they get it through actual. And teaching visualization is also a great way to just kind of keep yourself engaged and your mind active while you might be at home often.
Yes, and kind of piggyback off that, also emotional too. I'm a big believer that music is very helpful in a lot of situations. There's certain songs, even maybe a certain album that I can recall that brings me back to a time of happiness or maybe hard times. And I'm sure some of you have songs that make you feel good, maybe some that make you feel sad. So whether you're exercising and you're looking for an upbeat song, or maybe you just had a bad day and you want to go for a walk and cry and put on some sad music. I definitely think music is very beneficial in that circumstance. And also, even when you're relaxing, like let's say you're just sitting down to relax, maybe playing some classical music, trying something new, listening to something new. Again, that's helping your brain a little bit. You're trying new things, which is very important. And it also creates those emotions. And it is okay to have feelings and it is okay to feel things. And I think a lot of people, that's artists who write songs, they talk about those type of things. So I definitely think music is a great way to deal with emotions, especially during isolation or times where you're kind of by yourself. So
That is all good stuff.
I keep thinking about when you exercise, if you exercise with a group, you make friendships. Friendships make you feel needed. Even when you exercise by yourself, you feel part of a community. You're an exerciser, you're fit, you're feeling good. You have a sense of purpose, you have a sense of accountability, and that keeps you going and going. And every little movement goes towards that, which lessens your stress and helps your emotions even out, and you're able to tackle the problems of your day-to-day life.
And the other thing that I would just add is that the benefits from any program, social or emotional, needs to be chosen by you, whatever program fits you best. The program that you can, I mean, our panel is a prime example. We all come from the same foundation, but we're all just a little bit different. So whatever program that will give you those social and emotional benefits that you need is the program that's best for you, making sure that you pick the program that allows you to be you and to be no one else or to change your way for anyone else.
I like that. I really like that. Whatever program works for you. And it doesn't even have to be a program. It can just be something that you make up at home with the cans or the walls in your house. So yeah, that's great. I'm going to open it up again for questions in person and online. I think they can hear us now again, hopefully. And it says we're streaming, so who knows? Questions for these ladies? Again, you have all of their material on your tables and then also in the Google Drive for the people online. Well, I wanted to thank you all for your time. And I am glad that it was so diverse. I mean, from meditation to yoga to, and in terms of location as well. And then I have this postcard that hopefully all of you are getting that reminds you about the event. If you're not getting it, you can see my mom back there and give your address. My mom and Sarah helped set this up, and as well as Shelby here at St. Luke's, and we could not do this without them. Next month, we're going to be talking about caring for the caregiver, caring for loved ones, which I think we brought up here. Somebody said, how many, and a lot of you in the room have been caregivers or are caregivers. And every fall break, I have this goal, I think I've mentioned it to you all, that I'm trying to get my kids to as many national parks as I can before they don't want to hang out with me anymore. They kind of don't want to hang out with me anyway now, but they're not going to turn down a national park trip. So this time next month, we're going to be at the Grand Canyon, but Sarah is going to be here and I'm going to be behind the computer from the Grand Canyon. Hopefully I have good service. So
Don't count.
just give us, what I love about this audience is that you guys are so gracious and you're not, nitpicky about this. You're just happy that we're putting it on. So I really appreciate that. Don't forget to stop by our sponsor tables. They have a lot of good stuff over there. Speaking of exercise, you can get some Snickers and cookies and and Angelica is over here still with pastries and coffee. We're going to do some giveaways. So if you did not get your name in the box when you checked in with my mom and you want to raise the hand, there's nobody on here on the phone from Zoom. But if you are on Zoom, we are going to throw your name in here as well.
I grew up in Westfield, so I know it's not too far, so I wasn't sure if you would
Flashlight in the country.
Okay. Oh.
And everywhere.
Okay, this first one is from Stacy Bonez, who's with Clear Captions. You guys have met her. She had to go out. Her business is picking up. So she's not here, but she has a really cool basket that she provides every month. And that winner is Francine Williams. Bag this month, and so it's back to that big huge bag. She makes them herself, and there's tons of good stuff in there. So any of the sponsors, I know sometimes Jeff brings. If you guys have any, it's okay if you don't. It's not a requirement, but if you did want to. Okay, Sue Devane.
Sue.
Yeah. So on your table, and I'm going to do a couple of more flowers. And then I'm going to give some to the online audience. Cynthia Blassingham. Yeah, there you go. Yes. All right, one more. And this one goes to Phil Boer. Oh, he was with you. Okay. Well, we will give that to the Ellers, then I know where they live, so I can drop it off in person. They were online on Zoom. So, again, don't forget to visit the sponsor tables. If you are online, I posted the Google Drive link in the chat box, so we'll share it again real quick. And
I gave you mine, but I got yours.
I think that's all. Oh, the feedback forms. Did we put feedback forms? Oh, yes. There's feedback forms at your table. If you will please fill those out. You can RSVP for any of the events. Just write us a note on there and we'll
Right.
register you.
Restroom.
And I think that's it. We will see you later on this month or next month. Thank you.
10:30.